Hey, so what's up, everybody? Trying to do a series of videos on setups for different tracks for the NASCAR Heat 4 game. Right now I am at Daytona, and this is the Cup Series. This is the setup I use, and just to be honest, Daytona, almost anything you do is going to be successful. It is all about the draft. If you're in career mode, you can run cars that are not built for super steep speedways or are not that great. You just need to be able to get in the draft, roll along, and pick your spots to pass. I will share a couple things about my setup here that may be a little bit unique. You'll notice the front weight here is about 50%. I like to run a little lower front weight than I see what a lot of people do for a couple reasons. One is I think it makes it a little easier on the front tires. Two, if I do need to make adjustments with tire pressure, I feel like if I've got a lighter weight on the front, I don't need to take as big of a swing at it in terms of like tire pressure or spring rate to get the car's handling to change. Usually with a quarter or half pound of a change in tire pressure, I can get a change in the car's handling that is noticeable. But if I'm running a front weight that is 51, 52% or higher, it seems like you got to make a lot bigger swing at it to get a change in the way the car handles. That's just my personal opinion. Not sure if that's what other people would agree with or not. Other things about this setup are extremely soft rear springs. That's one of the unique things about the Daytona and Talladega setups, is running extremely soft rear springs. Not a whole lot else to talk about. I run grill tape here at 50%. I try to keep the car's temperature in the mid to low 240s. As long as you're below 260 on the restrictor plate tracks, you're fine. At 260, you get the temperature warning light, and I try to stay below that. But on the restrictor plates, again, it doesn't make that much of a difference. I am in career mode here. I'm going to make a couple of laps here. I skipped qualifying. So I'm going to do a couple of laps here to try to demonstrate a couple of things about the line in career mode. There is not a lot to point out. It's pretty much in career mode, you stick to the bottom. If you're online racing, if you got a good draft partner, you can go about anywhere you want. But in career mode, you want to stick to the bottom. So I'm going to skip through all this, run a couple laps. There are a couple things I'm going to point out as far as what are better and worse places to try to pass. But other than that, there's not a whole lot to point out. I'll go through a couple little things here. My experience has been that if you shift right when you see the tachometer hit the red line, that's your best shifting point. To wait until the thing completely hits the rev limiter is usually not the best. Let me get up through traffic here a little bit. Probably get a chance to see some nuances to this. One of the things I've learned is it seems like you get a big run coming off of turn 4, and that's a good place to pass. Sometimes I'll actually lift coming off of 4 just to save myself from running into the back of somebody and get a good run. Unlike real NASCAR, there is no penalty for going below the yellow line. One of the big things is maintaining speed. So you try to not bump anybody, and you try to not go down here and bounce off the apron. Bounce off the apron like I just did intentionally there, you're scrubbing off speed. This is a pitfall right here. Coming off of 2, sometimes you can get a big run in turn 2. When you come off 2, you think you can pass. If you don't have somebody in front of you you can grab a draft off of, it seems like you will stall out because you don't have any drafting partners, and you'll actually not be able to complete the pass and lose a little bit of time. So coming off of 2, I think, is a bad place to pass. You're better off you're better off actually backing off a little bit as you come off of 2, so you don't hit somebody in the back, and then building your run up as you go down the back stretch and trying to make your pass or start the pass once you are probably halfway down the backstretch. This is probably going to be a good example. I'm probably going to get a good run here and as I get a good run, I can pull out, I can get down to the bottom, and now I have got the preferred line going into 3 and should be able to complete the pass. I am usually a little smoother than this, but I am running my mouth so much that I am not running the best line here.
Stay on the bottom.
So that was a good example of how to do a pass coming off of 2. I am running at 255 here, and again, that's because I got 50% tape, and it doesn't really hurt you at all when you're in the draft to run a higher temperature. And again, you can run about any setup you want, it seems like. A lot of different ways to be successful with the restrictor plates, at least in career mode. In career mode, I love the bottom. You stay to the bottom. It seems like that's the best way to get around people. If you're online racing, whether it's a league or just in a lobby, you can go to the top as long as you have a drafting partner that goes with you. It seems like it's just about as effective to go to the top as it is the bottom when you're online, as long as you've got a drafting partner to go with you. Not sure if there is a whole lot else to talk about. If I can demonstrate it here, this lap coming off of 3 is a good place. You get a really good run. Sometimes I think you're better off lifting at the end of 2 or 4. I think I said coming off 3. I should have said coming off 4. You're better off lifting coming off of 2 or 4 as opposed to running into somebody, because that helps you get a run on the front stretch and the back stretch. So looks like we are under caution here. I think I've demonstrated about everything I can, so I'm going to end the video. If this was at all helpful to you, if you like what you got, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if there's any questions you have or any specific setups you want to see for tracks or questions about setups in general, please leave it in the comments, and I'd be happy to throw up a video on it.